Hello, I'm Acoustic Guitar Senior Editor Taya Gherkin, and I'm here with a guitar built by luthier Jeff Traugott. Jeff Traugott is a builder based in Santa Cruz, California. As a matter of fact, he got his start working for the Santa Cruz Guitar Company many years ago. He's been independent for almost a couple of decades now, and he's become one of the most in-demand flat-top guitar builders of the last several years. Sort of started the trend of very clean lines. You can see on this guitar there aren't a lot of appointments in the guitar. The focus really is on the materials and the basic design. This particular guitar is his Model R, which it has its original shape, but it's sort of based on what would be an OM style guitar, slightly larger perhaps at the lower bout. This guitar is made with a European spruce top and Brazilian rosewood back and side. Jeff Traugott's long used Brazilian rosewood. He has a pretty amazing stash of the material that he's using as a standard on his instruments. What's unusual about this particular guitar is that it has an extra long scale. It's a 27-inch scale, but it's not a baritone. It's actually tuned to standard pitch. In this case, I have it to DADGAD, but the guitar is not tuned lower than a standard scale guitar would be. It does make the strings a little bit stiffer. This guitar is strung with light gauge strings. But it's actually not quite as stiff as I would have expected with the longer scale. The reaches are a bit further, but when I first picked it up, I was actually surprised by how easy the guitar was to play, when I would have thought that the 27-inch scale would give it, make it tough to reach certain notes. It does give the sound a little bit more of a pop, perhaps a little bit more volume. It's a really interesting concept that I hadn't seen before in a standard acoustic guitar. The instrument has a mahogany neck, ebony fingerboard and bridge, and Goto tuning machines, and Jeff's typical headstock shape, kind of pointed, that keeps the strings moving a fairly straight line from the nut to the tuning machines. And internally, it's built with a fairly traditional construction. It has X bracing, standard setup at the bridge with bridge pins. This particular guitar has a Fishman pickup built in, and just everything about it is, well, we might as well say perfect. It's the construction is flawless on the instrument. The materials are quite stunning, and it's just a very, very nice guitar. Jeff Traugott does reside on the upper end of the price spectrum. His base price, which would apply to this guitar, is $26,500. So let's play the guitar a little bit more. Like I mentioned earlier, I have it tuned to DADGAD tuning. There's no particular reason for it on this guitar, just that I happen to like to play in it. And play a little bit of a tune of mine. It's called Sapphire Blue. So that's the Jeff Traugott Model R with a 27-inch scale, European spruce top, Brazilian rosewood back and sides. You can read more about the guitar as well as Jeff Traugott's general thoughts about guitar making in the print or digital editions of Acoustic Guitar or online at acousticguitar.com. For Acoustic Guitar, I'm Taya Gurkin.